Okay. We should be live now. How's it going, everyone? My name is Mitchell Mander, and welcome to my live stream. Today we're going to be talking about episode 72 of Pokemon Horizons. Live discussion. In this episode, we're looking for Kleavor, trying to find him. The gang ends up getting separated. The gang being Liko, Roy, Dot, Freed, and we're joined by Piran. So, yeah. Anyways, getting distracted here, but, so if you're someone that's new here and kind of just showing up for the first time, here's what we do. So, obviously being a live stream, we go on for about an hour, hour and a half, but usually I start by, letting some people come in here, give it about 5 minutes, and then I give like a brief summary of the episode, assign a rating, and then I hand it over to the chat. They talk about the episode, what they liked about it, disliked about it, and they give a rating as well. We also have a poll for the live viewers on what you rate the episode, and yeah. After that point, we just talk about whatever, maybe the preview for the next episode and what we think is going to be happening next. And then, yeah, we usually have a pretty good time here. So it'd be pretty cool if you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and join the chat, because the more the merrier. And then, of course, I have to also mention the music here in the background comes from a separate stream, being the Video Game Study Lounge by Game Chops. And as you can tell, it is lo-fi remixes of video game music along with some originals mixed in here and there. It's pretty neat. Listen to it when I'm studying, I'm reading, you know, I'm at work, I need something to distract me from the workday, and yeah, it's just cool to listen to, so you should listen to it sometime. Link in the description. Also, I'll probably just mention this for the first time. Before I proceed any further, I do have memberships. It's only like 99 cents a month, and you get access to new emojis that you can use in the chat. So currently I just have like one tier, so since I'll probably add more emojis if I get some more people to join the memberships, but that's just up to you. It's 99 cents a month. No pressure. But you do get emojis to use. And the more members, the more emojis. Anyways, let's see who's all here. We have Pokefan. Yep, at least you guys can hear me. Florgato, what's up? Welcome in. How are you doing? Youngji, hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. Good to see you all here. That's good. Good. It's good to hear. It's going good for me as well. Just chilling and getting ready to talk about this episode. Doing good today. Gotcha. Give it about another minute, and then I'll start talking about the episode. I'm good. Going to my buddies after the stream. Nice. That's cool, man. Hope you have a good time there. Good. Looks like we're all doing good here. And as of right now, 8-7 is currently winning this poll. Someone rated it 10-9, someone rated lower than 5. Jeez. Someone didn't like the episode. Oh, this is a lo-fi remix of this song? That's funny. I think I've heard this before. Actually, as a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, so I'm just a super fan. Gotcha, nice. Hope you're excited for the movie. Okay, anyways, it's we're at the 5-minute mark of the stream. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about episode 72 of Pokemon Horizon. So pretty much, we're heading out to go find Kleavor, and then yeah, we're all hanging out. It's Liko, Roy, Dot, Freed, and Piran. Kind of going off from the previous episode. We're in an anime original area too, because I believe the mountain that we're at is not in Kitakami, at least not in the games. So the one thing that you want to pay attention here is that Pern is actually a little bit concerned. She's like, "Are these kids like, are they good? Like, aren't you a little concerned about them? You know, leading the pack here." And the one thing I do like is that Freed kind of reassures her. He's like, "Hey, they may be like new trainers, but they're evolving every single day. They're growing as trainers. So keep that in mind." But anyways, we're heading up. Unfortunately, Roy and Krokolar end up falling into a chasm. Like a small little chasm. But they end up finding a cave down in it. So they end up going through there where the others kind of just proceed. And they'll meet up later. Which I kind of thought that was kind of weird. It's like, oh, Roy and Krokolar fall all the way down. They're just like, we'll just go off without them. But anyways, they end up going into a Houndour like territory area. Excuse me. And they end up getting surrounded. But Freed creates an opening for them, so the rest of them are able to get away. Although some of them are pursuing after them, so Liko stays behind to handle some of them, while Dot and Piran actually end up escaping into the woods. And so this is pretty much where we're all kind of separate. We're kind of doing our own thing. Freed's battling all these Houndoom, which we never see the end of it, but we can just assume that Freed defeated them all, because the dude's just OP. But anyways, we're all separated now. Liko's not able to catch up with Dot and Piran, so she's on her own. But Dot, Piran, they actually end up getting hypnotized by a Trevenant, in which Quaxwell trips over something and is is the one that actually saves the day here. Now, the Trevenant comes back and tries to put them under a trance again, but they manage to avoid this. Dot comes up with a strategy along with Piran, and they're able to repel the Trevenant back into the woods, so it leaves them alone, which was kind of nice. So they kind of take each one of these kind of separately. So each one of the kids, exhibits some growth here, because besides the little strategy that Dot came up here, she looks at the picture that Piran took of Kleavor, and immediately deduces the environment around where Kleavor is at. There's a unique like plants or unique leaves where Kleavor's at, and there's also a little not like a mountain, but like a little rock formation that resembles a Dugtrio, and pretty much come to the conclusion that that's probably where they're going to find Kleavor, and she sends that information to everybody else. Liko, on the other hand, has been observing some claw marks on a lot of the trees, the surrounding trees. Initially, she's a little worried that maybe Kleavor is sending these as warning signs and might attack randomly, because Kleavor randomly attacked Piran when Piran kind of came into its territory. But she brings out Heteram, and Heteram kind of determines that everything's at peace, which we do find out that the area that they're at, all the Pokemon are mostly peaceful. Obviously, if you go in their territory, they're not so peaceful at that point, but she's able to determine that the Pokemon in the area are at peace. So she shares that information that Kleavor is not sending warning signs, but maybe it's luring them. And then we move on to Roy, who actually makes his way through the cave and then climbs up. There's some vines that just happen to be outside the cave. Gets about halfway up, and then he gets ambushed by, I think it was Shiftry and then Amanda Buzz. And they just happen to be in their territory. So then we get Kilowattrel and Crocodile teaming up. Which I thought was actually pretty nice. It was actually something that I've been wanting to see for a long time. Kilowattrel and Crocodile teaming up. Unfortunately, Crocodile ends up getting paralyzed as a result, but they managed to repel the two Pokemon off and make their way up the mountain. And they just so happen to all be there at the same time, which I thought was a little bit on the plot convenient side, because it's like Liko's exploring, and she just looks behind like, oh yeah, there's the Dugtrio rock formation thingy. Then Dot happens to find it. Dot and Piran happen to find it. Freed happens to fly by, which I guess makes sense since he's surveying the area with Charizard. But then Roy just happens to just climb up the mountain and he's there? Really? I guess so. But anyways, they've all met up, and yeah. I like how Piran comes to that realization that, yeah, these kids, they really are evolving. But the episode comes to an end with us all in this area. We're trying to find Kleavor. Kleavor kind of hints that it's like right nearby. And yeah. So overall, I thought this was a pretty decent episode. Initially, I wasn't really too impressed. But I will say, when it comes to the kids, I was kind of impressed with it showcasing that they have truly evolved as characters. With each one of them, specializing in something, like Dot kind of figuring out where, like, Kleavor would potentially be at based off of the picture. Roy showing off his battling skills with his two Pokemon, and then Liko analyzing that the area is peaceful and Kleavor is not, like, rampaging like the other hero Pokemon kind of were, like Galarian Moltres, for example. So there's that. That's a nice aspect in the episode. I do like the fact that even though Freed kind of just took on the rest of the Houndoom and stuff like that, he didn't really, like, the kids were kind of on their own figuring their stuff out, so I like that. It kind of just reinforces the fact that, Freed doesn't really need to help the kids out as much anymore. Probably in certain situations, yes, but, like, they've grown up quite a bit, so, and he acknowledges that, and he's kind of letting them do their thing, so that's nice. I like that. That's good. Piran obviously is a nice character, and I really like her. So, those are some positives. I will say some kind of cons for the episode. I did feel like some part of the episode is kind of meandering a little bit, especially kind of the Roy segments. Like, they were nice, but I'm just like, okay, like, we're kind of wasting time. Another negative is like, okay, Kilowattrel got its time to shine here. Heteram, admittedly didn't do as much as I would like it to do, even though it did kind of help kind of determine that the area was, at peace. Would have liked it to do a little bit more, but I think the biggest casualty here is Tinkatuff. I know that it just evolved a couple episodes ago, like 2 episodes ago, but, like, can we get it doing something? Like, I'm not mad, but, like, bro, this is what happened with the other 2. They evolve, and then it's, like, immediate, like, okay, they're not doing anything. Like, can we, like, get them to get some development here? Tinkatuff is kind of starting to fall into that category. So, like, do something. I really want the secondary Pokemon to participate in the upcoming battle against Kleavor, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. And Tinkatuff, probably not going to get a focus there. And if it does, it might just be for, like, a brief moment, and then it goes back into its Pokeball or something. So, writers, please, secondary Pokemon, do something. Like, do something more with them. Like, you showed off what you could potentially do with Kilowattrel here, but, like, Tinkatuff, it's getting the short end of the stick right now. Like, I think things have gotten a little bit better, but, like, come on now. And then, of course, them kind of coming at the Doug Trio mountain formation, like, all at the same time, kind of was like, okay, like, really? It would have been nice if, like, one of them made it, and then it kind of just, cuts to, like, the rest of them kind of showing up. Because Roy, especially, was, like, the most plot convenient of all of them. You're telling me he walks out of that cave, and he's immediately there? Come on now. So, it's like, for me, I think that this was a decent episode. I've been trying to figure out if I feel like it's a 6 or a 7. A 6 in that I feel like some parts were kind of, like, meandering a bit. But then 7 and the kids' growth is kind of showcased here, and I like the fact that Freed is kind of letting them do their thing, and Piran is able to actually figure out and realize that the kids are growing and are evolving every day. So that's good. That's good. That's how you showcase that. You put that message out there and then you showcase it. So I guess I can give the episode a 7 for that case. So yeah, a good episode in my opinion. Better than what I was expecting, considering like the whole summary was kind of emphasizing it being like, oh, they're all getting separated, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we've done that a million times in the Pokemon anime over the years. But I think that this was a fairly good episode, with a couple of critiques I have for it. So, with that said, I'm going to get caught back up on the chat just because I see that you guys have been chatting, and let's see if I can catch up, because I see I got quite a bit here to get through. It was me. I did not like the episode, unfortunately. Okay, fair enough. I am so much. I like this episode 72. Hi, Rajith. How's it going? I have a few issues with the episode. First of all, this episode was all over the place. It's like the writers forgot to take their ADHD pills or something. And now my second and biggest issue, Mons. Yep. Like I said, some of it was like, it felt like it was meandering a bit in certain spots. Like there was like certain slow moments that really didn't need to happen. I was worried during the battle with Shiftry, the other Pokemon, when Roy told Kilowattrel to use Spark. It was like, wait, what about Crocodile? Yeah, he didn't really think that through. Maybe that's something that Roy needs to kind of think through, like, in the future. Maybe he realizes that next time. Like, hey, actually, shoot. Probably shouldn't do that again. And maybe comes up with a different strategy on the spot. You know what I mean? And I also, another thing I failed to mention was the whole segment where, like, Dot was talking with Piran, and Piran was talking about how, like, she was stuck in a rut before, and, she didn't think she was, like she was good at, taking pictures, but, like, she would, doubt herself. And I like how Dot kind of relates with that, where she's just like, I used to be a shut-in and stuff like that, but, like, now, I'm glad I've gotten the opportunity to, join Freed's crew, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. I wouldn't have grown so much if it wasn't for that. So I thought that was a nice moment in the episode. Once again, Dot showcasing that she is a well-developed character. Let's see. Oh my gosh, where do I begin? Tinkatuff going MIA for the second episode in a row after her evolution is just no. Also, the fact Kilowattrel wasn't used just to fly out. Oh, they feel in is so dumb. You know what? You bring up a great point, you bring up a great point, Pokefan. Yeah, Kilowattrel could have just flown them out of there. I mean, I get that, like, Roy can climb and he's like a really good climber, and that was kind of emphasized early in Horizons. But yeah, I see your point. Could have just been like, all right, Kilowattrel, just pull me up, and then go get Crocodile, and then we're good. So, and poor Bird gave Crocodile paralysis, and yet he still won, giving Crocodile yet another W. They at least worked together for it, so I at least give that one a bit of a pass, though. It's a W that Crocodile wouldn't have achieved on its own, if you know what I mean. So I'm a little bit lenient there. But I see your point. I like that everyone does what they are good at. Dot being smart, Roy battling, Liko doing nothing. That's a little cruel. at least Liko was able to. Well, the thing about it is Liko like wants to understand how Pokemon feel, and her like trying to sense if there's something wrong in the environment, like if the Kleavor is like distressed or something like that, or angry, kind of is in her character to do so. Then Heron just kind of stood there. I won't lie, one of the only positives was Quaxwell basically slapping the crap out of everyone. Yeah, that was funny. That was a funny moment. The other positive was Free just being a distraction. Some people were still mad about it, but that's Anipoke fans for you. I mean, they were kind of in a little bit of a pickle there. Number one, you think they're going to handle all these Houndoom and be like, all right, kids, you handle it. It's, your two Pokemon, or like, Roy's out of the picture, so it's like you got your two Pokemon. Perrin's got a Pokemon here, in her Growlithe. Yeah, take on all these Houndour and Houndoom. Good luck. I'm just going to sit over here and just watch the carnage over here. Go on. Good job, Freed. Way to go. What you going to tell Liko's family when things go south here? So, we're in Kitakami, and something happened. Houndoom and Houndour kind of took out like your daughter. So I'm sorry. The end of the series. We end on a dark note. Hold on before I continue. Is this a Final Fantasy VIII track? It is. Fisherman's Horizon. Nice. Love this song. The other positive... Okay, yep, read that. Perrin feels like she did nothing with Dot doing all the braining. I mean, I get the criticism there, but like I feel like the emphasis is that, the kids are kind of running the show here, so they're really showcasing that they can... act independently and, lead on their own. That's kind of what I got from this. But I do see some of the criticisms here, and they're valid in my opinion. That's kind of like that. Won't lie, when Dot was battling Trevenant and used Water Gun, I was like, oh no, you just got Air Cutter. And then she used it. My worry immediately died. Yeah, great point. That was a good moment in the episode, in my opinion. I think the Dot segments were pretty good. I don't know about you guys, besides like Tinkatuff not like doing anything. I think the Dot segments besides that was pretty solid. I don't know if you guys agree with me with that, but again, Dot showcasing that she is a well-developed character. Just use your Tinkatuff next time, please and thanks. I'll be back. I'll do something, or got something to do. Alright, that's fine, Florigato. You're good. Come back. You can come back whenever. As long as I'm still streaming. Dot admitting how touching grass is good. That's a great point, buddy. Yo, what's up, Thomas? Why didn't Roy just return Crocodile to his Pokeball instead of pulling him up? That's a great point. Why didn't he do that? And then use Kilowattrel to pull himself up. Roy getting trapped in a hole is something ripped out of X and Y. Freed and Liko getting separated makes literally no sense, as Dot and Perrin could have just fought too. There isn't even a point to... Well, he was just trying to get them away. Liko sensed that they were still pursuing them, and she stayed behind. And, I mean, I get it, but it's also an in the moment kind of thing. You're in a dangerous situation. What do you do? And, someone's telling you to go to safety. So, I kind of see what they were doing here, but yeah. But yeah, sorry if my review seems negative this week. I know I'm usually trying to be positive and fair to staff's writing. No, that's fine, dude. You're absolutely fine to do so. As long as you're not like super toxic, you're good. Like that's the point that's the point of these discussions is we talk about it. Like, you know, I might not like an episode, but you guys might like the episode, you know? And vice versa. The whole point is that we just have a good time, chill, talking about the episode, what we liked, what we didn't like, what we think could have been better. You know, it's all good. That's kind of, you know, that's the point of my channel. That's the reason why I'm doing this. I kind of want to just have a discussion. When I started doing this, I was like, you know what? I kind of wanted to do my videos and like my streams and stuff like that just as a discussion, as to just talk with people and just see what they thought and kind of glean their opinions. And then, you know, I give my opinions, and then, you know, we might not agree with that, but, you know, we have a good time here. That's what it's all about. So, you know, I said this episode, like I said, I've been leaning on a 6 or 7. Because, like, there are things that I really did like about this episode. Despite it being, you know, your typical separation episode. But, yeah, there are valid criticisms. Tinkatuff being one. You know, Roy could have, like, easily got out of his situation a different way. But he, you know, Roy being Roy decided to climb up. I mean, again, that was emphasized earlier in the series that the dude is, like, very athletic and can climb very easily, but yeah. Could have also used Kilowattrel to fly him up the mountain. So, there's that. Oh, more Final Fantasy music. The dot stuff was solid. Yes. Thank you. Alright, see you later, Florgato. How's it going, Evie? If your throat doesn't feel good, then maybe you should rest. I'm good. Just a little coffee here and there. Nothing that water can't help. But I'm good. Thank you for your concern, though. I know why Roy literally reached the mountain first. He's secretly an Abra with teleport. Wow, we didn't. That was the plot twist of the century. Roy was actually Abra in disguise. Then, if that's the question, why didn't he pursue after Agate, who also has a Abra that teleports? But what if that Abra was Roy? And he teleported her to somewhere, like, dangerous. Like, okay, good luck. You've been messing with us for so long. Here you go. You can go here. Good luck getting out. Exactly. Never need for a toxic review. I'll criticize points that were bad if needed, but never go on a full-on and say mean things. Yeah. I'll admit earlier on when I did my Journeys reviews, there was I think it was the one episode of I think it was the second two-parter, the Marshstop episode, that I decided to be toxic with that just because I did not like the episode like at all, and most people didn't. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll just make this review and kind of trash the episode, and I kind of regret it a little bit because I think I did go a little bit too far, but I was like, yeah. Not my favorite episode, so I guess we'll just be like this. It be like that sometimes, you know. But you live and you learn. Super Saiyan Darmanitan. What's up? How are you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Like how Perrin was the only one skeptical about the kids searching for the 6 heroes. Like, that is a normal reaction. I agree! She was a little concerned, but Freed, who's been watching them grow this whole time and has seen, you know, how much they've improved since, you know, Tressel debut, can attest to them. So that was nice. That's, like I said, that is like the best part of the episode. They really hammered that home. They all figured this out on their own, really. Super Plush Productions. I watched the episode. I give it a 7 out of 10. Nice. That's pretty much my rating. On the topic of the heroes, I was talking with some people in Discord, and a few people were saying how the plotline is kind of just meh and underwhelming, which I'm starting to kind of agree, sadly. But we shall see. I think my problem when it comes to the heroes, like, I like the heroes. I think it's a good choice of Pokemon. It's just how it's the execution on how they're, being either not necessarily caught, but like joining the team, joining the squad, Like, I think the first one, Bolivia, is probably the best one. Since that was, I guess, like the intro. Galarian Moltres so far is probably my least favorite, just because that was mishandled in my opinion. Lapras was okay. Kleavor, we'll see how it goes next week. I kind of have some strong expectations for this one. And it looks like we're battling them along with the Lapras joining in on the fun as well. So, I'm hoping for a good one. I'm hoping maybe they prove their strength. That's probably what we're doing here. Is that's a strength test to see if they're worthy or they're worthy of Kleavor joining them, kind of thing. I want them to fail to get Entei. They track down Entei, but they fail go get it, and it runs away, leading them to get it 20 episodes later. Maybe. Do you think? Well, Entei's got to be next, because like I'm kind of curious, because they did say that when they advertised this arc that like all the 6 heroes would appear. So that tells me that right after this we're going after Entei. Maybe not doing Blueberry Academy yet. Unless Entei's at the Blueberry Academy. That would be a little bit too on the nose. Was Tinkatink's evolution rushed? I think it probably could have used a little bit of development. Like, its first actual, like, trainer battle was against frickin' Larry. Like, really? That was my first time I actually criticized Dot. But, yeah, I think the secondary Mons kind of needed more. Like, out of all the evolutions so far in Horizons, I think the one that's most deserving was Fuecoco to Crocodile. The development there was present. It was shown. It went from literally not knowing a single move to having an arsenal, like an arsenal of moves, and then it evolves. Like, that one was fully developed. Sprigatito's, I think was pretty decent, to Florgato. It didn't have, like, a solid move set, but, like, it still was fairly good. Quaxley to Quaxwell had probably the least development out of the 3, but, it was still at least somewhat decent, and there was a hint to it evolving in said episode. As for the secondary Mons, yeah, like Kilowatt or Wattrel to Kilowattrel, that needed more development. Heterim probably was the most developed out of the 3. Its evolution felt kind of out of place, though, in that episode, but yeah. But yeah, Tinkatink to Tinkatuff, like, the episode was nice, but, like, again, they kind of just, didn't really land when it comes to development. It probably needed a little bit more. So that's why I'm like, if they get a third Pokemon, like, I'm a little worried. Like, I want it, but I'm also, like, concerned at the same time. seeing as all the secondary mons have been treated, a third one I feel would either be treated the same or potentially worse than the second mon. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I want them to get it, but I'm also concerned, if that makes sense. I'm good, thanks for asking. Yep. Good to have you here. Yeah, that was the main problem people had. I'm guessing that's what you meant to say. Yeah, that's fair. I get it. I mean, that's the issue I had, so. I hear you have a sore throat. Hope you feel better. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a sore throat, but I've kind of had a lingering cold for a little bit. It's kind of minor, but, like, it is kind of bothering me a little bit from time to time. I'll overcome it. Nice Earthbound remix here. Give it a little bit of a minute here. Hero Pokemon Formula. Episode 1. We look for the Mon and either we don't find it or it's actually super mean. Episode 2. We actually the Mon is just sad and now everyone is happy. Rinse and repeat. Honestly, yeah, that's pretty much been the formula so far. Pretty much in a nutshell right there. I gotta read Griffin's info for next week. I won't say anything, but I'm definitely unsure how to feel. I'll decide next week. I'll be honest with you, like, I think I did read it, but, like, it's been a pretty heavy week, so, I've kind of been, emotionally all over the place, so I gotta go back and reread what he said. Boy Coco's moveset is like a Swift knife. Do you think the gang will go to Unova? If they could go to the Village of Dragons or whatever where Iris is from and learn about Rayquaza. It's hard to say. I kind of feel like Horizons is kind of going out of its way to avoid potentially running into past characters. We went to Galar and we only saw one gym leader. And it's a gym leader that didn't appear before. But that would be cool. That would be like a possible chance to like reintroduce Iris, but I don't know if that's in the cards, you know. I feel like if we do Unova, it's gonna be Blueberry Academy pretty much. You know, we're like 70 episodes into Horizons and we haven't really relied on legacy characters, so I mean, I'm not completely opposed to it, but like I don't know if it's gonna necessarily happen. So we'll see. I'm kind of inclined at the moment to believe that they're kind of purposely avoiding like that. Like I was expecting us to go to Sinnoh for Kleavor, but instead of that they threw Kleavor and Kitakami. So that's why I'm saying like it would be a little bit on the nose for Entei to be at Blueberry Academy or something, you know? I'm kind of at that point where I'm just like, I don't think we're going to get that. I do think we kind of got, we got a little spoiled during Journeys because we met so many characters we've seen in the past. And I just feel like this series is kind of doing the opposite and like focusing on brand new characters and kind of just, focusing on the new rather than the old, So, it's still a possibility, but like right now I'm kind of unsure. Like if we do Unova, I think it's going to be exclusively Blueberry Academy content, which makes sense since that's new. But yeah, again, I've also mentioned that Zinnia could actually come into the picture since Rayquaza games, but that's to be seen. At least Tinkertuff put her work in against those Demon Burbs. Yep. That is true. I want to see Skilledirge in the anime, and I want to see Torch Song in the anime. Like it could possibly happen. I feel like that's probably going to happen at this point. I feel like they're all going to probably evolve, which would be a first for the anime, and I would like that. It would be nice. Kilowattrel needs Air Slash or something eventually. Yeah, I need it. I need it to get some good moves here soon. But Air Slash would be pretty nice. Yo, Megastone X, what's up? How you doing? How's your day going? Your subscriber Marcus Morpura had a good theory. Lico's team will mirror Lucius's team. Hedram is the healer. As a healer, she will catch Golisopod to cross the seas. Interesting. I hope you feel better. Well, thank you. I'm good, man. I'm good. Gotcha. Well, thank you for, reaching out, offering support here. Means a lot. But I'm okay. I'm not, like I said, I'm not super sick. I just have a slight cough here and there. We had so many missed opportunities for captures. I think we're done with captures, which I actually think is a good thing. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't know. I would like a third capture, but at this point I'm kind of I'm beginning to doubt that's possibly going to happen. Especially if the third capture for Roy is like frickin' Rayquaza of all Pokemon. My goodness. That'd be crazy. I want Guzma. I want Roy and Team Skull to have a rap battle. I would love to have that. That would be awesome. The question is, why would we go to Alola? Unless one of the hero Pokemon has like wandered off there. Then again, Rayquaza could. So there's that. Rayquaza is just flying all over the planet, doing whatever it wants. I just wanted to see N again. That'd be nice, but I'd say the chances of that happening are unfortunately very slim. I do like N though. On the topic of Entei, people really want Gorgon Fire, and I can't get why. Like, they look at me so weird for being against it, but once again, I've been told for months it's regular Entei, so stick to it. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. My opinion is I don't want it to be Gorgon Fire because I do not like that design. Is this Zora's Domain? I believe that was Zora's Domain a little while ago. I like the lo-fi remix of Zora's Domain, the Breath of the Wild version. Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom version. It's nice. Forgot Blueberry Academy has a Unova. Yep. I like how they're like, yeah, it's a Unova. Well, we're not. Are we gonna at least see Unova from where we're at? Nope. The problem, unfortunately, with the Wattrel line in general is their move pool. You mean like their moveset? It's bad, like no coverage at all. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. But Zinnia would be super cool. Yeah, I've been saying that for a while. Like, if there's if we're gonna be focusing on characters that never appeared before, there's a character right there. She could give us some Rayquaza lore, or some information on what we can do to, tame Rayquaza or something. This could potentially be the arc to do it. I feel like this is if she has a chance of appearing, this is her only chance. And at this point, I get the feeling like we wouldn't go to Hoenn for that. She'd just appear. She'd be like, "Oh, I'm traveling. I'm from Hoenn, but I'm traveling." But unless it gets like, unless she appears, I'm kind of at that point where I'm just like, I don't know. That being said, if it gets announced that she's appearing, you're gonna hear an ecstatic Mitchell Mander video. Just saying. Oh, I meant about just saying you had an emotional week. Oh yeah, I mean there's a lot. I gotcha. There's just it was an emotional week for a pretty obvious reason, but yeah, it's not something I want to get into here though. But thank you. No, at least have 4 Pokemon each. Serena only had 3 and that wasn't enough. Rayquaza will want to take a day at the beach in Alabama so the gang go there. Alola. Oh, I see. I was going to say Alabama. What? Then again, Minnesota exists in the Pokemon anime, apparently. Thank you, Ash, for that one. 4 Pokemon each? I feel like we're kind of at that point where like 3 is probably the most realistic it's going to be. 4 would be nice, but oh boy. 70 episodes in. We got to kind of do some catch up on that, Yo, what's up, Pocket Monsters, Licos, and Roy's Adventure OST? How you doing? How's your day going? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome in. I still want that Scarlet Violet spoiler in the anime. If you know, you know. Depends on what it is. Could be good, could be bad. Mostly good, probably. Zinnia should be the one to introduce Roy to Megas and give him a Mega item and let him catch something that can Mega Gallade for the night versus Dragons. Anyone? That would be cool. I want that. Or as much as I would like that, probably only if we're probably only gonna have Terra orbs. It is a nice thought, though. This might be a hot take, but all the past beasts have fire designs. I think the uncanny with the over-designed body parts create a sense of being ancient or weird. It does what it tries to do perfectly. At least the past beast didn't. Oh. Gotcha. I see what you mean. Of course, no worries. Yeah. Get what the future justice got? Oh. I see. Not a fan of Gorgon Fire. I like it better than Raging Bolt. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. I've never been a fan. Walking Wake, though. I like Walking Wake. Raging Bolt's alright. It's a dinosaur. Having a good day. Nice. Well, would you look at that? I actually caught back up on chat. Never mind. Hey, Animal Crossing. Before coming to stream, I was watching a Wolfie VGC video, and he was talking about how Incineroar is getting out of hand, being comp dominant. All I can think of now is Ash being a jerk and destroying little kids with this Incineroar. Incineroar is just the greatest Pokemon of all time, okay? He is just unmatched. Just saying. The reason why Gen 7 was elevated to the greatest Pokemon game of all time is because of the inclusion of Incineroar, the greatest Pokemon ever. Purin is kinda hot as far as Pokemon anime characters go. Yeah, I have to agree that they kind of nailed her design. We don't need full teams. 3 or 4 is fine. We have a hard time focusing on the other Pokemon characters as is. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at this point. I would like a 3rd Pokemon for the characters, but we'll see. By the way, what's up, Devin? Thoughts on Purin, by the way? I need your educated opinion. That's no joke. His actual words describing why it is so dominant is because it is the greatest competitive Pokemon ever, and it's just got everything. Yeah, I know. I know it's not a joke. I know it's a real problem in competitive Pokemon, but it's also kind of a inside joke that, for me, the Incineroar is the greatest Pokemon of all time. He occupies currently 9 out of the 10 top 10 spots on my list, with Reboot being number 9. Not to tell you about that sometime. It's been a... If you ever look on Discord and you ever see me going crazy over Incineroar, that's why. I think I did post something in memes the other day. And if I didn't, I'm posting it now. If you go to memes, look at what I posted on November 5th and you'll understand why. Maybe Roy because he's a battler. Yeah. He's gotten better. Remember earlier on in Horizons where like Roy was just losing left and right? And suddenly now Roy is just winning? He won his 2 gym battles. Well, he lost the first time against Ryan, but then he went back and won. He won his gym battles. And then, and he also lost against Brassius earlier, and then came back and won. And then won against Liko. The dude has been kind of a walking W lately, considering he was a walking L earlier. True, at least 4 at least. I guess we'll see. Do you think Lucius is the most powerful trainer in the anime ever? That's a bit... it's kind of debatable, but like he has kind of a stacked team. A very stacked team. And this shiny Rayquaza seems to be like level 1000 with like rare candies that it's just eating on the side because like... What the heck was going on in episode 45? They were throwing everything at Rayquaza and it wasn't going down. It even got self-destructed. And then after that, like the other characters were doing more damage to it, and it was still not going down. Then again, Fuecoco did hurt it quite a bit, though at that point it was probably hurting quite a bit from all the damage it took. So a flame charge probably didn't feel good at that point, but it was still well enough to fly away. So yeah, this Rayquaza is kind of a monster. So. Maybe Lucius might be the strongest trainer ever. I take back what I said. Rayquaza alone solos everyone. That is until an Incineroar shows up and just one-shots it. Boom! There's your solution. Get Incineroar. Oh yeah, last night I made a custom iPad home screen I'll share in the Antipoke. Nice! That's awesome, dude. Purin is hot. Noted. Little kids. Parting shot, go bird. Sorry, I missed a few chats here. I'm just going back and reading. I saw her in my avatar peak fiction. Oh Lord, you guys. I would give Liko Charcadet, Roy Grimmy Ghoul, and Dot Parcharan. I can't pronounce anything. Interesting choices. I was watching a video about the best Pokemon trainers competitively, and I think Lucius is just good casually. He's powerful, but it looks like a child put it together. Ah. Gotcha. I was watching oh, I already read that one. Sorry. I'm still impressed little Fuecoco could push back Ray with a flame charge. Like, we have to consider how physics work, and that gaining velocity while then jumping off a cliff to gain speed was gonna hurt. You know what they say, if he shoots ya, it's gonna hurt. And then Fuecoco evolved and became bigger, faster, and stronger too. Unfortunately, he's not the first member of the DK crew. I think I've seen that video. In fact, Go was number 1. Oh. No words. No comment. They even got Zeno Robinson himself to voice Go? Really? Wow. Sethos himself. Rock and fire together sounds awful. So many weaknesses. Yeah, like, don't let it get near like a water type. That ain't good. I said it before, Roy is the strongest. Yeah, I'd say at this moment, yes, he is. Out of the three of them. Earlier in the series, it was Liko, but it's Roy now. War ground type. Yeah. That's not good, yo. Yeah, they had a Go joke scene, and instead of getting a sound-alike or doing terrible impressions, they just went, let's ask the man himself. That's kind of neat, because, like, I was going to say, most cases, like, a lot of VAs can't really voice their characters in a lot of fan stuff, but that's cool. I guess it depends on what project they're working on, so I guess he must have been allowed to do that. Liko is a tactician. I mean, she has gotten a lot smarter. I mean, again, when she faced off against Methio himself was actually kind of surprised. He's like, wow, you can actually strategize now. Kind of goes to show her improvements. Here you go, another Zelda track. I got to go and eat now. My ride to my friends will be here soon. Alright, Pokefan, thank you so much for joining again. Hope you have a wonderful time at your friends. I'll see you next time, buddy. Been fun as always, gang. Hope y'all have a great day. You too, man. Thank you so much. Hope the rest of your day is great. Okay, so now that we've kind of gotten that out of the way and I've kind of caught up on chat, what are we thinking about next week's episode? Any thoughts? Think we're going to be beating Kleavor, and then episode 74 and 75 we're going back to Crystal Pool and then kind of figuring out what we're doing from there. Got any thoughts there, guys? Since we're 1 hour in now. I feel sorry for the writers having to deal with the game's ridiculous world building and the freaking ancient Pokemon in modern day. Yeah. It's probably not easy for them to kind of just write things in there. I like how Hisui and Growlithe just exist. Even Dot's like, hey, that Pokemon literally doesn't exist anymore, so what's up with it? And Piran's just like, oh yeah, about that. Well, yeah. Yeah. It exists now. Don't ask me. Don't ask questions. I got an ultra, like, rare Pokemon that is supposed to be extinct in, like, broad daylight. How did it appear here? I don't know. Not gonna tell you. Kleavor will be a tsundere? My current impression is that I feel like Kleavor is going to be testing them in battle to see if they are worthy. That's just my current running theory. He'll be testing them, and if they manage to defeat him, he will join. I mean, based off the titles for episode 74 and 75, it's pretty clear that we are kind of dealing with Kleavor in this episode. One way or another. I think that we're going to probably defeat it, and then we might get a scene with another scene with Lucius again. Kind of what we've seen with the other heroes. And that's what's going to compel Liko to maybe contact her grandma and be like, hey, you got to come to Kitakami. Stuff's going down. I need your guidance. Tell me what you've learned in, like, the last, I don't know, almost 40 episodes since I last saw you. Get over here, and then we're gonna go up the mountain, and then we're gonna see what we can see up here. And that's when we're gonna get that cutscene. We're gonna learn about the 3 explorers, possibly. And then going from there, we'll learn what to do from there. It's pretty exciting. I wish I had summaries for these episodes, but it's pretty clear the direction we're heading in with them. It's not like I'm going with you because we're friends or anything. I gotcha. A true tsundere. But he says that in Kleavor language. Give me 1 second, y'all. Getting asked a question here. Via text. But go ahead and fill up the chat in the meantime. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, anyways, I'm back now. I'm back, y'all. So, anyone got any thoughts going into the next few episodes? I know we talked briefly here. What is your prediction for episode 73? Put it in the chat. Are we beating down Kleavor, or are we kind of just like taming him like the others? Is Liko, Roy, and Dot going to show their strength and defeat Kleavor that they've been building up the last 20 plus episodes? Hey, look. Skyward Sword lo-fi. They have improved with their second Pokemon not being used problem. I agree that they have improved that a bit. I think there needs to be a little bit more there, since, and again in this episode, Tinkatuff was kind of shafted compared to the other two. Heterim kind of just stood there, but like at least it kind of, was useful in kind of determining that Kleavor wasn't like gonna just randomly just attack any of them out of the blue. Kilowattrel is the one that got kind of the best focus here, even though it didn't ultimately land the final attack on the Pokemon it was battling, but it still was probably the most useful. Then again, it would have been extra useful if Roy used it to, fly it up use Kilowattrel to fly it up the mountain. What you thinking about that? Not doing that one, Roy? Alright, that's all from me. Have a good day. See ya. Alright, Super Saiyan Darmanitan. Thank you once again for joining. It's been a pleasure. Hope to see you in the next one. And hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day. How's Matt? He's doing alright. He's probably just resting in his room right now. You want me to drag him out and have him say hi to everyone? I can. Unless he's in the middle of something. But yeah. Again, guys, we've gone on for over an hour now. Usually these streams are about an hour and a half, so at this point, we still have a pretty decent crowd here, so if there's anything you guys want to chat about here, just go and obviously put it in the chat, so... Is this Chrono Triggered? Yes, it is. I was trying to figure out, I'm like, what is this song from? Oh, okay, we got 16 votes. Looks like 8-7 is winning the poll. Oh, you taking off, Thomas? Alright. Thanks for joining again. It's been a pleasure, and hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, the poll. Okay, 38%. We got 16 votes. 38% said 10-9. 50% 8-7. And then one person voted for 6, 5, and lower than 5. So that's 6% of the vote each. Alright, I'll give it another minute or two. If I don't hear anything, I think we'll probably wrap things up. Since it looks like the chat is starting to kind of wind down now. We had a pretty fruitful discussion today, especially with this episode not being, you know, like the most crazy episode. It's, you know, building up to what we're going to get in next week's episode, so it is what it is. So, alright. Give it another minute here. As we sit here and chill and listen to Chrono Trigger Lo-Fi Remix. It's pretty nice. I like it. Hope you guys enjoy the music here in the background. Okay, guys. I'm not seeing anything else from anyone. If that's the case, I guess we can go ahead and wrap things up here. Okay. So, well, you guys had the opportunity to hit the, or vote in the poll, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up and end the poll. Remember to like the video, like the stream, it helps the channel. And yeah, let's end the poll here. So, yep, 8-7 is the winner of the poll. So, I gave the episode a 7. I think we'll just give the episode a 7 out of 10 if that's alright with y'all. I think that's a pretty solid score for this episode. But anywho, y'all, we're going to go ahead and bring this stream to a close. So, again, remember to like, subscribe. Obviously, subscribe if you haven't. If you've already liked the video stream, you've done your part. For this upcoming week, I believe we're going to be doing Mario Kart on Monday. I just got to make sure that everyone that's interested in that is able to join. But we most likely will be doing Mario Kart on Monday. Not sure what else for the rest of the week. I guess we could figure that out. I'll figure that out when time comes. So, yeah. Anyways, for everyone that's still here, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, a wonderful rest of the weekend. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. So, have a good day or night wherever you're at, guys. And I will see you all later. Bye now.